Thank you so much, Mimi. It's a pleasure to cast both of these teams who come into this tournament with entirely different, I guess, focuses and attempts of what they're going on runs for, but the outcome will have to be the same. For Shopify Rebellion Gold, yeah, back to back to back. If they can pull it off, this will be a massive first step.
I mean, that is just absolutely insane, and it's our first time seeing them take the stage here in Korea in a finals rematch of 2024 of all things. If the format was still the same, MIBR wouldn't have a chance to even be here, right? Without the LCQ, Brazil never had a second spot before, but MIBR have already won a series and now ready to test their mettle up against the favorites everyone has in their minds.
All right, we talked about how Shopify Rebellion Gold, again, going for the three-peat on the side of MIBR. Their attempt, as the Des mentioned, is going to be to exercise the demons as they fell just a bit short last time up against the squad, but now a fresh page in a book with 3 members different. A quiet start for Shopify here.
Yeah, players to look at is eventually going to be Mel. If she decides to lurk, or in reality, you look down at B Long right now with Noya playing up in the corner. Shopify Rebellion are going to be trying to sell some kind of a fake look, a pop flash to go for a pick while the reclear into mid comes in.
A fake on the pistol. Yeah, I guess they are going to try to end that way anyway, aren't they?
It might not even be a fake, it's just a split.
Yeah, I thought. I mean, they haven't fully committed. Dodo Nut's going to get the first kill of the tournament. Very important, by the way, to get Dodo Nut going early.
The only new addition, the only player that wasn't lifting the trophy last year, already starting off hot.
Not quite used to these lights, but performing just fine. Meanwhile, Bastarda smoked off, at least initially. Shopify with full control of the site. MIBR are going to have to try to snatch this site back. Really nice hinder, at least early on, but Sarah playing anti, swings out, grabs a couple out of the sky, turns onto the last Melissa's left in a 1v3. That one's not happening. Shopify get the pistol.
And shouldn't be much of a surprise that Shopify have already adjusted to the changes on Pearl as a map, playing very forward in the post plant. They're locking it in on the B site. So many new angles you can play around there. And I just think overall, Mel called a pretty solid round. I think they had crept down B long with 4 players. But when they hear the Killjoy turret, anticipating it's going to be a weaker site, then going back into mid, clearing out Link, in order to make sure there's not a fast flood onto the side, in order to make sure there's no real pressure coming down. It's good mid-rounding from Mel to get that pistol.
MIBR gambling here a little bit, expecting a B hit, and unfortunately for them, that's not the case.
Yeah, you can't win them all.
No.
You can win some of them, but in this case, actually, I had just seen on the minimap, Waylay just went all the way forward, down B long, used the teleport to get out, so SRN realizes no one's actually on the B site, but at this point, you can't really stop gamble stacking because you're just going to be late to the eventual A hit.
Right. And so we'll have a couple of moments to chat through this and see how MIBR elect to play this. Quick rotation through the defensive side of the map. And Shopify sitting really nicely in their post plants. Pretty light purchase, too. I mean, they didn't full FPX buy, but it is just one rifle and a couple stingers.
Yeah, just going for the low-range weaponry and then playing over towards the A site to try and abuse that. Might play into mid or A again in the next round based on that information.
All right. Makes a ton of sense. Don't want to overinvest. They're going hunting a little bit.
Yeah, get Sarah that ulti. Why not?
At least get a little bit closer.
Or die.
Right. But took a step. Took a step to having that that Hunter's Fury online. Now just 3 pips away.
I mean, it is interesting. Both these teams playing double initiator on this map. On most maps, teams are shifting away from the double ini ideas. But yeah, I think some love for the KO here in particular. I think the knife is a very good tool, especially on a map where a lot of teams are playing the Yoru. As a matter of fact, just always forcing the teleport back and be very good at clearing the forward space, especially B long. Knives onto the pillar. But I think on defense too, with all the nerfs to the different initiators, just holding onto your knife and using it to full stall a hit is brutal.
You're just starved for some of that info early on, but it doesn't seem like they're holding on to much of anything here. Double dash through the missiles, and unfortunately Dodo just a bit ahead. SRN punishes the opposing duelist and might get a shot at more, but has to take a step back. Not far though.
Yeah, SRN still playing in that. At the same time, Noya crept into Art. Just full spam getting that kill, no problem.
Yeah, and there you kind of wonder if you've kind of given away an advantage that you probably shouldn't have lost.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Now, the gun can't really be reclaimed. So what I think SRG are trying to do is maybe move back into mid and deal with the utility. Noya did see a Tejo drone clear out Art that didn't spot any players. So there's a high chance that MIBR have pushed in behind this. We'll see if SRG keep things quiet, because if they do, the opportunity to contact pop into A site is very likely going to give them a spike plant.
The drones and the stars. And so they're certainly raising some alarms. As Shopify get out onto the site, Mel will get the spike down.
I mean, already this is a little bit of a win for SRG.
They delayed it. Weren't able to fully get it down because of the missiles, and now the spam out from Melissa will cause more problems.
30 seconds left.
There you go.
I thought they were going to find their way in, but yeah, very nicely handled by MIBR.
Yeah, a little benefit of the Tejo missiles. Not a lot of agents that can just full deny a spike plant like that.
Well, they're not out of the woodworks quite yet. Sarah looking for the third, cannot find it. Noy has to swing in. It's Lisa with 3, and MIBR are on the board.
Lisa walked out there, guns ablazing, guns out in the walkouts. Now gets the first round for MIBR versus Shopify Rebellion. And this game, again, good early pick, but I think the real win for MIBR is denying the spike plant.
Sure.
These shots through the smoke, obviously good, but the missiles forcing Mel into that tiny space. It was a very informed spam from MIBR that got them those kills.
Yeah. And you wonder here if you're Shopify in that situation again, if you're tapping to try to draw the missiles out or something like this.
Yeah. Now quick into the next round. Sarah has the Hunter's Fury. And if you're not accustomed to Sarah's game, she always gets a kill with it.
She's ripped it early. Dodonut's the one who gets a kill, but the space was gained. Oh, that's a pop flash on the other side of the smoke. They're going to try to fight out in front of this?
They called it off.
Perhaps wisely so. They have full arc control. Dodo trying to hold backside, can't. Very nicely done by Bastarda there.
And that spike.
And a bad spot. Sarah, though, trying to rip some control back out of the hands of MIBR.
So Bastarda goes for the walk back, dodging away from the Sova drone. And it's not perfect information. Shopify aren't ready for this timing.
Oh, that's trouble. Remember, Sarah's the one with 1 HP. Has to win this fight, the reload. Such dangerous timing, and Sarah pounces. A 3K to get SRG to 3. Wow.
Monster rounds from those two players. But Sarah the one on top, that reload gives her perfect information where Bastarda is. And that comes after Bastarda had a heater of a round. The Bastarda player that played with Team Liquid in the finals, losing to Shopify Rebellion. Stepping now into MIBR in a new role. Still frying on Senti.
So good.
Can't see it through though, and that's a devastating loss for round now, forcing them onto the eco.
Meanwhile, Sarah already almost halfway up to having an ult online again.
Oh yeah. Sarah moment.
Plenty to be pumped for on the side of SRG. As you mentioned, not really a buy on the side of MIBR. And for the first time other than the pistol, if memory serves me right, we're going to see SRG explore the western side of the map.
It's been a while. MIBR are already anticipating this, though. Quick with the feet. Great holds, though, from Shopify. Can't ask for anything else there.
No. Dodo's pushing the pace. Shopify sitting nice here. Important that they get out of this round as cleanly as possible. The money's not great, and so even just having to reinvest on armor starts to kind of stack up.
Yeah. So far, a 4 unbroken. Dodo's the only one to lose there, so you can track the little things. Moving on in.
So I think when you think about a matchup of this caliber, we expect the little things to be the ones that will make a big difference. That's another gun down. So what? They drop 2 guns. It's just Noy who's not going to have to buy armor.
Yeah, and
Mel can ride light, but
Shopify are in a totally fine position, especially when you factor in the ultimates they have to try and counter out what MIBR have.
yeah.
I think, again, I'm liking to see the different approaches Shopify have playing the post plant. Even Sarah playing right on the side of that default box you see in the replay right there, having that more forward line than a lot of teams are ready for as they come out from street. Catches them by surprise, gets an 8th kill for Sarah.
Fast A?
Yeah, with those ultimates, why not? The null command makes things so hard, and with MIBR playing a little bit more forward, they can't use any of their initiator utility. If Shopify just ripped that one.
Knives traded in exchange of utility towards A main, but nothing really on the other side of that now. Alexis popping the ult.
Four players here.
Yeah, the thing is they have to go a little bit slower in main because they don't have any info of whether or not they lost that space, so they have to use utility. Meanwhile, the R push is going to be a bit ahead, and so this fight's a bit disjointed. They don't have full strength behind this. In the face of 4, they try to double down. The ult's going to hit everyone, but really good use of utility to deny that push out of main. They're calling it off.
That's Elisa with the pull there on the Astra, denying, then dropping down the Astra wall as well. So Shopify need to make something happen, but there's still a turret waiting for them in street. MIBR playing 3 players back in spawn, ready to just rotate off the information and intercept this hit.
They're so fast ahead of this.
Bomb grenade out.
I mean, MIBR are going to beat them to the punch. They're going to get here first.
Shopify are ankles broken. They have nowhere really to go at this point. 40 seconds left on the clock. So Mel, considering taking some things into her own hands, does she go all the way down? I think it's a bad call if she were to. Doesn't want to take that risk, so instead plays back into Art. But there's so little time.
And this is where some of that lack of initiator utility that changes. These are the situations where it comes into play. Because right now, you're late in the round, you're starved for info.
Doug, look at this. At the same time, Noi was sticking around on B. Might have heard some footsteps. So with 10 seconds left only, Bastarda leaving the site, gives a free spike plant, and possibly even a kill.
Oh yeah, holds the line. Bastarda falls. The site is SRG's to take.
At the last second there too, so 4-on-4 now. Shopify dig in their heels. 3 on site, back elbow.
The classic quadruple pump fake. That's the one that works out here. MIBR are going to try to force their way out through this smoke, maybe try to scale backside. Dodo trying to spam into it, not connecting, but Noya does, holds the line with 4. SRN will need a miracle to get this round back, and I don't even think they're going for it. They're cutting losses. Beautiful round from SRG.
Madam President, Noya with a 4K on B. That's also coming after her lurk onto the B site, after her calling her teammates back into her, trusting her in that moment.
Gosh, I would love to see what it was that, maybe Noya heard or what that called the rotation back, because we were for a long time there in this weird, in-between.
Dashed away spawn. Oh my god, beautiful.
Where they didn't fully commit. They didn't know where they wanted to end up, and MIBR seemed like they were a step ahead, but yeah, I would love to see that one back, but MIBR calling a timeout here on the other side of that.
Yeah, there are 2 options there from Noya. Either Noya did hear the footsteps back in spawn, which I think is fairly likely, or it could have just been a full gut read, know? Because you think about other rounds when MIBR were playing very heavy stacks, they had actually just sort of locked in their heels, right? And they played very weak on the Killjoy side. It's even possible Noya heard some Killjoy util go down, down B long. I'm not exactly sure. All things considered, though, this is now 2 critical rounds. You think back to round 4, right? Where Bastarda loses it in the clutch after she gets a 4K.
Against 1 HP.
1 HP, loses that one. That then forces you on to a low buy.
Right.
Then they lose this one after getting the opening frag, after having the hard read, after Shopify have no time. And now they're again forced onto a low buy. This is how a game snowballs completely out of control. Yeah, that formula.
The score is 5-1 right now, but the rounds have not been, that is not a proper indication of just how close this map has been so far. As you're mentioning, MIBR, those 2 situations just go a step the other way, and we're probably tied 3-3.
Yeah, entirely possible.
But alas, that's how the cookie has crumbled. MIBR wanting to go aggressive and fast towards A. They've had full control of this area of the map at the beginning of every round, and Shopify, after that first where Donut got picked, have just kind of given up on the fight.
Yeah, I think Shopify want to go for the re-clear. Had that delayed knife come down, 125.
Now, note off of that, Melissa did get the ult online. So that was a clear part of the plan for MIBR. Dodo again in the face, this time of SRN, and very nicely done. Remember here, the Armageddon is in play.
Both the hero rifle already out of the picture. MIBR need to get a little something extra. Once again, Shopify will choose to leave Noya in A main. Maybe even they have a drone on Sarah, sure, so can put some pressure down eventually. While the rest of the team goes back into mid, and if it looks like the pistol, this would turn into a split hit on A.
MIBR ahead of this. They're out in Art. Remember, they don't really have the guns.
Yep.
So we'll get a couple more eco frags. Those are always fun to watch.
Absolutely. Keep grabbing those. Alexis, who had used the ult in the previous round, can start working on those. But, okay, there is something interesting at play here because
go on.
While a lot of teams will leave a lurk and then sort of like make a lot of noise on the other side of the map. Pearl's a very big map, so it takes a lot of time if you want to do that. I'm noticing trends in Mel's calling pattern though, and that is leaving the insert in mains and then going back with 3 players to split into the site, as opposed to create pressure on the other side of the map. Now, this could be something that MIBR start thinking about. This is something they could try to read. So what I wonder is if this is just early round conditioning from Mel, and if she's going to flip that expectation on its head in the last few rounds here.
Mel has become a household name in really Valorant. I mean, not even just GCC, but in Valorant as well. And so when you think about a caller who has as many trophies as she does, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this was part of the setup from the beginning.
Well, let's see, because the pistol round, she did a similar idea. This is the same setup as the pistol round. Could go a million different ways from here. But on that pistol, it was leaving Noya inserted all the way up on the cubby there.
Yeah, SRN already getting picked. They can't. They can't afford to lose this gun round. If you're MIBR, I mean, the swing round's not really going your way, whatever.
You should run.
But you can't afford to lose this one. The half might be gone.
Well, with the lockdown, you don't need to send out too much. Nice nade.
Is that gonna catch? No, still up.
You put the last one on it.
Yeah.
And should be able to. Okay.
The defender side one was cleared though. So Dodona falls, but they get a little bit of control on the site. And Mel is on a flank. Mel's going to be up across the middle of the map, and the turret will catch, or should catch.
I mean, turret should catch both Astras in theory. Double flanks going down.
And the Armageddon was used, but Mel swings out anyway, gets a kill, draws some attention away, and that's enough to get the spike down. Lisa falling, and they've got full, long control. Off of the flash turn, nicely done. Sarah gets 2, Shopify gets to 7.
Just so clean from Sarah. Sees that flash, started throwing up. KO Flash gives you that little hard read. Sarah downloads it completely and just is so calm going back into the fight.
Take a look at those lockdowns one more time. And again, the timing from Mel on the swing was just perfect. Fully disrespects the turret, still gets the kill. And that just makes things so uncomfortable if you're MIBR. I agree. Sarah is very good.
It's a good point.
Yeah. Well
Something I've had to say a lot this year, casting NA Game Changers.
You've gotten to say a lot. I haven't had to say it.
I think I had to. I think if I didn't say it, I would be disingenuous.
Fair. Maybe a couple more eco frags here. MIBR haven't really been able to punish on some of those maybe thrifty situations, and that's gotta feel so bad, man. You've got a waylay dashing into your lap. You're hindered. You know the swing is coming. You know you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You're just kind of waiting. There we go. So 2 left on the side of MIBR.
Oh my word.
Oh boy.
And that's the kind of play Dodona when Dodona was playing with FlyQuest last year.
Go on.
That's the type of round, like when FlyQuest would start running with the game, they would get loose.
Yeah.
They would get a little tore. I've been on the receiving end of that.
Yep.
It's not fun when you're down 7-1, 8-1, 9-1, but Dodo is always in the front and always making you feel foolish with the way she just moves in the server.
Yeah, that didn't look fun. I mean, it looked fun for Shopify, but it didn't look fun.
That's what's scary to me, because Dodonut was such a new element coming into Shopify in this year, right? A team that had won the last 2 trophies. A lot of pressure for a player like that, but she'd always been the #2 duelist in NA Game Changers. And I think that if you can show that similar level of fun, even in that Shopify system, even when it's going to be your first time stepping onto the stage here in Lal Park in Korea with the team, that bodes very well for this team's future at this event.
Absolutely. I mean, I think for as long as Dodonut's been around and as decorated of a player as she is, there have been some questions about when the lights get really bright, can Dodonut deliver? And I think that was a question for Shopify coming into this tournament, coming into this stage, right? We're talking about a team that's expected to maybe three-peat, and how would Dodonut do under that pressure? I think you've said it really well. This is a great start.
And I also think that it's fair, like, if you're like a spectator that's watching like just GCC, or you're watching like some games in North America, you might have some doubts, you might have some of those questions, but if you have been following Dodonut's trajectory from TSM to FlyQuest to now, like, this player has been absolutely at the top of her game so long.
We'll see how Donut continues to perform. Currently sitting at 6-6. It's really Sarah who has stolen the spotlight. And well, reasonably so. 10-3 right now on the other side of a timeout from MIBR, the second of the map already. So hands off the wheel for the rest of it from Pleats, but Shopify, heavy presence towards A. Now look here at the adjustment from MIBR. We talked about how they've been fighting for the A main space. Will not have that this time.
Well, it's coming because SRN goes to the operator and is playing just down B long, so the option is to fight forward with your, I guess, your initiators if you want to do that, but MIBR play much more around SRN, are very reliant on this player to set the team up for success with early picks, and especially on an op round like this. Would not be surprised to see them play a little more reserved. Now, here's the change, right? I talked about previous rounds, looking for leaving an insert over on A. Other rounds, Shopify would leave 2 in A main, and then go 3 into Art immediately. This time, they're going into Link. They're trying to deal with the Killjoy utility firsthand. Still might end up finishing that way over on A.
Top hill. Sarah's going to drone out. I mean, it's a slightly different flavor, but it's the same idea. They're just sending 4 through Art this time.
It's all about these splits. Now, MIBR do have some options to quick retake, but they're going to want to trade guns with SRN first. That's why they're not trying to come out here through the wall. They're just going to full weight that out and go as soon as it drops.
SRN does have ult. Concerned about the flank on the other side, so all the attention of Noya is across the middle of the map. Meanwhile, MIBR now starting to knock and try to take control of the site. Donut falling, and MIBR out onto the site. A little bit of hesitation as Lexi falls, but Mel on the counterpunch, not quite enough. Heavy numbers advantage to wave the defense. What can Mel and Noya do? Oh, that's gonna help. But it's just Noya in the 1v3. Surely that Molly. Wow, she got away with getting it off. She got away with getting it off. SRN waiting on the other side. It's been halved. Noya calls the bluff. Noya gets 3. The Red Bull clutch for SRG. Criminal that there are 3 there, and maybe it wasn't.
No. That's just Noya. Noya's insane. She didn't give them any room at all. Watch how shallow she peeks forward. There's 3 players there, yes, but she doesn't, on these peaks, does not give them any wiggle room. Look how quick that is. So fast.
I was talking about the Molly, and I think part of it was Noya threw the Molly in a place that couldn't be cleared. But I didn't see. There were 3 guns there, and I didn't see one of them look down.
Well, 1 player was on it, and also Noya was spamming through the box as the Molly dropped. So those players are getting hit through the box. They're not looking down at the Molly because they think Noya's shooting at them.
Unreal. Boy, that is...
You can't play a 1v3 better than that.
No. Oh, gosh. I mean, the wheels are off on this one. 9-1 for Shopify. Another busted buy for MIBR. So much for a heavyweight fight, huh?
Yeah, that's just devastating. And that around, again, where MIBR are in a position to win. Again, one of these swing rounds. They've had 3 swing rounds. They have lost by just an inch. Make no mistake, this game is 9-1, but this is not a 9-1 difference in quality of team or caliber of team.
I mean, even the rounds, I think it's not a 9-1 difference, even individually.
Good stall here now with the walk-up all the way into A main. It's full awareness from MIBR that it will be that B finish.
Be right back.
So they can start to close on in now. 4 players ready to quickly pop back through.
Donut already out. Melissa gets one with the Sheriff, but there's unfortunately not a lot of good to talk about on the side of MIBR here. 9-1. Lisa, position given away. The double swing, 1 kill found. All right, yeah.
All right, we got 1 round for MIBR to figure something out in this half. I think the thing that has been sorely lacking from them is a response to the split hits from Shopify. Here they're just bullying because Shopify have better guns, but Shopify have just been winning all of these critical rounds by splitting in through mid. And that comes down to 2 problems. One is MIBR are not fighting in mid. It's just Killjoy utility and you fall out. Now, you could adjust and fight for mid, but you could also, you've seen so many teams play Killjoy, Info, and mid exclusively. But if you give up mid, you gotta take forward control in mains. Shopify are only leaving 1 or 2 players in there. After early presence from Shopify, you have to be looking to re-clear and bullying, whether it's Sarah or Noya left on their own.
Yeah.
The quick retakes aren't paying off.
Nope. Shopify again knocking on the door of mid. A flash over the top, a little early.
Sure, but I mean, instantly there for the trade.
Yeah.
Recovering it. Recovering it.
Lisa's gonna try to slip into the.
Oh, hello.
Right now. Oh my gosh. Everything going the way of Shopify.
Need that back.
And so this time MIBR actually had the 4-day fight, but unbeknownst to them, it's the B split from Shopify, so good luck there.
I mean, Mel even on the other side of the wall, hearing the rotations come through.
I think she looks for a timing here as well.
Yes.
Nah, she doesn't. She doesn't. She's better than that.
Spike planted.
More disciplined.
Yeah.
You should.
And a lockdown for the post plant. Yeah.
It's checkmate. Or it should be anyway. Because what can you really do? Immediately pulled off the defuse.
I mean, now you have to run. They didn't even get it to half.
right?
Now it's early. It's not like it's impossible. Still upwards of 20 seconds.
I mean, just put another star down too. A flash over the top. Traded back. This is going to be really tough to get through. Sarah's playing behind the line too, and Melissa's gotten it 3/4 of the way, but the shock dart, the spam, never had a doubt. 11-1 for Shopify. That's it's pretty freaking good. I'm not going to lie.
Just a disgusting map one from Shopify.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are our two-time champs. No doubt about that, and maybe just a little bit more to come after this.
Nice, guys. Let's go. Beautiful micro, guys.
Just give me any kind, even if it hurts a bit. I think I will be fine. 24/7, all I do is procrastinate, procrastinate. My lesson. 24/7, all I do is procrastinate, procrastinate. Perfection. One, two, three, I don't know who else to be. 4, 5, 6, like they say I can't be fixed. 1, 2, 3, your attention's all I need. 4, 5, 6, don't let it slip. Some sort of an addiction. They all have a prediction.
Well, we thought this match was going to deliver on fireworks and on excitement, and well, for good reason, right? You kind of go into this and you think about the year these two teams have had, and you go, yeah, this is going to bang. But for MIBR, it has not been the case at all. You take a quick look at the Coinbase Econ report, and it's really been Noya's day. I mean, honestly, it's been all their days.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, the first 6 rounds of the game, I think it was Sarah.
It was.
And then the last 6 rounds of the game, it was Noya in impossible 1v3 situations, multiple rounds, just absolutely dominating. And in reality, I think it was those clutch rounds and those rounds that very nearly could have been MIBRs that end up making this just such a runaway game at 11-1.
Yeah, I mean, you find yourselves in situations like that where, like, you lose one of these awkward 50-50s, and, you know, okay, and then you lose a second, and then you lose a third.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, the score doesn't feel great, and then mentally that's booming you as well. It's tough.
You just feel like you can't catch a break no matter what. And whether that just comes down to you feel like you're not lucky on the day or you're just getting out-skilled in every single duel, it certainly can weigh on a team's confidence.
Tough spot to be in. Something else we've kind of got to call out here. I don't think I've ever seen SRN so quiet on the stage, ever.
No.
There just hasn't been much to speak of. Shopify now on the defensive side. MIBR have only been able to deliver 1 round. Sarah is going to kick things off. Immediately traded back. Their rotation's headed back towards B. And MIBR have crept their way all the way up. However, Mel is waiting. Somehow gets cleared. I thought Mel was going to get away with it, but Tottenut swings out at just the right time. 3 on the round for the duelist, looking for more. And yeah, let her off the leash. Let her go get the kill. That's exactly what Shopify do. They're up to map point.
Yep. Beautiful pistol there from Dodo, but my MVP, Alexis, the high flash on the cannon. I think throughout the game has had very solid pop flashes. You can see when Dodo swings here, everyone's flash. There's a high flash that catches both those players. MIBR look completely lost against it, and Alexis is still close enough to then assist in the actual shots on the next fight. Oh, high five.
Oh man, they really are just kind of having fun up there. Watching Dodonut's cam as she swings to get that last kill and she's just grinning from ear to ear the whole time, that's concerning for every other team in the tournament.
I also think that's a new sixth man for SRG.
Down B.
Stuffed animal there.
Yep.
I need the lore on that. We're going to have to ask Mel what's going on there.
Well, I have a feeling this map will be over soon, and so maybe we will get the chance at that.
There.
Bastarda getting a kill. But that might be the only real silver lining, the only saving grace. That's, yeah, that's a stomp, ladies and gents. That's a bad one. 13-1, the way of Shopify.
Potentially the most brutal wake-up call a team could ever be on the receiving end of. Shopify Rebellion come in as the two-time champions, no surprises there.
Right.
But MIBR, they're a fiery team. They thought they could do something. They couldn't do anything, Doug, and now they got to go sit with that for a few minutes as we get ready for our next map.
But it's just Noya in the 1v3. Surely that Molly. Wow, she got away with getting it off. She got away with getting it off.
Heads figured out and their audio figured out. Usually, Viper can struggle a little bit when there's multiple like dive agents on the other squad, and we've got two teleports from an Omen and a Yoru. The Whaley can be dashing in as well, so it is very hard for Noya if she's put in solo positions to hold on to a site by herself, and I think Shopify would probably end up adjusting to that just a little bit and focusing on either getting more forward information in mains or reacting more quickly through mid to support the weaker sides of the map.
Are you expecting that to be part of the game plan here for MIBR?
Absolutely. I think this comp, you can play slower rounds when it comes to it later on, but early rounds, I want to see some overwhelming of the sites.
Well, they're certainly going to try. Already investing a knife, at least on side of Shopify, to slow this down a little bit, but a flash.
Re-clear.
They're going to want to fight ahead of this. Dodonut takes a step back. The dart, though, will tag. Alexis has to get the heck out of there. SRN throws it in reverse as well. Now on the second attempt, MIBR looking to go forward, but once again, it's Dodonut who gets the first kill. Traded right back. Dodonut overswings, perhaps. Now numbers, the way of MIBR.
And Dodo was kind of stuck on site there, but look at this double flank from Shopify.
Are they ready for that? SRN's going to spot it, but the spacing will be everything, because do you really expect two? It doesn't matter. Now they know. SRN dropped. Those woes continue.
I like the response from MIBR. Two players back in elbow. They can take heaven control as well.
Sarah trying to settle. Cannot. Lisa's there to greet Noya. Back out onto the side. Oh, she wasn't even looking the right way. Noya gets another 1v1, and it's another 50-50. It's another big win for Shopify.
Just stop it! Stop it, Noya! It's not nice. It's actually gross. 3 separate clutches in virtual 1v3 situations. Shopify down in numbers on the retake, but Noya, with this creep through, using that smoke on site for some coverage, using her teammates as distraction, whipping back and forth. Mel's the smartest player in Game Changers, and she can't even understand what's happening.
I can't believe that. I mean, the route that Noya even took to scale back into the site and get the 3 that she did. The first one felt criminal. Obviously, no buy on the side of MIBR. Bulldog and a Guardian for Dodonut. Full mid-map control. That Bucky's not going to feel good.
SRN loves that Bucky force on the ecos.
Yeah.
And Mel is a little bit isolated for now. Now Alexis is going to move into Link, try and set up a crossfire in yard.
Can they get that gun? Are they even going to be given the opportunity? Mel spamming through. A couple more eco frags connect. SRN does still have the Bucky.
By the way, the spike is in main.
Right. A little out of reach. Not too far, though. There's SRN going down. Really, there's MIBR going down. Shopify get their second.
So, picking up right where they left things off here.
Right.
I mean, if you want to keep the scoreboard counting, it's now 15-1, but MIBR That's when we need to see them lock in. Again, they found themselves in a winning position in the pistol.
They did. And then Noya happened.
And then the way it happened, yeah, Noya happened.
Right.
What the hell?
You were talking about 15-1, 4 maps in a row for SRG now too.
But the frustrating thing for me again is I really feel like MIBR are winning 95% of a round and then losing in the last 5%.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that last step is the hardest many times, too.
And this is what I can say is like the most frustrating possible thing if you're sitting in the coach's booth as well. Because how do you fix it when so many things go right? And it's not always just a post-plant problem. It's a late round calling problem. It can be as simple as things a swing. It can be someone sticking onto a spike defuse when they should pull off. Like, a million different things can go wrong and still look exactly the same result on paper.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And a lot of these things can just come down to heat of the moment.
Yep.
So the adjustments become nigh impossible.
Yeah, because I mean, to your point, what are you going to say there? It's a tough spot to be
Better
in.
luck next time.
Yeah. Just don't let Noya get 3, guys. Sure. A little fast towards A, double dash into Link. Mel, what are you up to? Oh, that paranoia had you committed. Donut's waiting on the other side. There it is. The flash is going to connect, trying to turn the Yoru flash. 1 of 4 that Potter was talking about. And MIBR get a little bit of room on the site. Lexi's only going to find 1. SRN, really the only reason we've had to talk about SRN up until this point. Comes to life at just the right time. And Noya's been 1v3 good a couple of times, yes. But this is 1v4, and it's a judge.
Yeah, nothing happened on this round. I just think that was a beautiful use of utility onto the A site.
Yeah.
They spent everything, it seemed like. Always had a different layer, but it was kind of necessary because you had players at Shopify turning some flashes, so you have to have the paranoia hit them or whatnot. Ends up looking nice for them. And like you were mentioning with SRN, right? SRN is always popping off.
Yeah.
And map 1 was the complete opposite story. That was a complete shocker to me, how it was panning out. So already seeing 3 kills already come in for them, and now just being 1 away from unlocking the ultimate.
Yep.
If MIBR are going to step up in this series, it will be through SRN success. I promise you that.
It's going to have to be. I mean, 5-2 already for the Duelist, who, as you were mentioning, is probably coming off of, what, the worst match in their career, potentially? I mean, hard-pressed to think of a worse one.
Yeah, I can't tell you I can sit down and watch every single match that's played in Brazil, but I don't think SRN's ever had as tough a start to a series.
Yeah, it was a 2-13 or something like that. But 5-2 right now. Just 1 pip off of the ult. Maybe the attack side of MIBR is what they really needed. An op online for Dodo, and Odin online for Sarah, and yeah, things don't get any easier. Rare mess.
We'll see Shopify do this a lot. Expect it the early Odin spam to help post Dodonut up onto a forward line with the op or even with a rifle. Doesn't really matter to them. Odin even there being a second layer of protection to break the drone.
Right.
But MIBR are locked into this. 5 players ready to try and overwhelm the operator, but Dodo's looking to step back in again.
Dangerous game you play. But when Dodo's having fun like this, push it to the limit, right? The ult's not going to connect. Dodo not able to double dash out, but Sarah might be in trouble. Does Sarah get cleared? No, stays alive long enough to try to do some damage with the Odin, but MIBR in full control. Do you call a save here? Have the op.
They're going to. See that as soon as it comes to your lips.
Yep, I think they do.
SRG fall on out of there. And again, this is all I want to see from MIBR, especially once an op is on the field, is I think you can just play some execs against Shopify. Don't take any chances. Don't allow Dodonut to get the forward posting. Don't allow her to pick you off. Commit all your utility. You have heaps of it.
Yeah.
You know? The 4 flashes, the scans, whatever. Double duelist, double initiator. Let's not reinvent the wheel.
Right.
Let's just crush some sites.
Right, go fast and see what happens. And it's worked the last couple of rounds.
And I think then later on, when Shopify get in a little bit more dire econ straits, when you know there's not going to be an op on the field, then you can play opening rounds where you, with your, get out of jail free cards on the Waylay and the Yoru, you play for the mains on your own. You can play a slower round if you still want to send those people to fight. But against the op, I don't see the value in really risking it all.
All right. And if the op is going to be on one side, A currently, and Noi is going to be on the Viper on B, you have a couple of options if you're MIBR. The op ahead. Ooh, that shoulder giving her away.
Really like this opening from MIBR. And for the record, saying like overwhelm with util doesn't necessarily mean you're just running 5 players into a site at the start of a round. It can be making sure the operator is forced back,
right,
then regrouping and eventually hitting in.
You do have Sarah, who's taking a lot of space across the middle of the map. The knife did just tag the Yoru A.
Yeah. Well, what MIBR wanted to do was Bastarda had just sent a teleport back towards spawn before getting hit by the knife. She wanted to stick around, play for information, maybe step forward, look for a pick, and then TP back over on this side of the map.
Maybe even get tagged by the knife to make it look like there's a hit A. But
look at Sarah. Sarah's going to be able to catch this timing.
All right, as I mentioned, Sarah taking a ton of space across the middle of the map, gets the pick 2 onto Lisa. Nicely done.
Oh dear, SRG are in a brilliant spot. Yoru's on the wrong side of the map. It's a 5v3 for SRG on their eco.
Spike planted.
So late. They've got a shot at this. Noya with the rifle turns the flash, gets a second. Beautifully done. But
One enemy remaining.
Bastarda's just going to show up to the site too late. Way too late. SRG tie us up early.
MIBR just overthought the round. It's a half buy from SRG. They're just saving the rifles from the last one.
Right.
But playing the wide map state there, of course, Sarah getting the pick down mid, that of course ruins the round, but Yoru's on the wrong side of the map. As soon as you lose that player in mid, Yoru has no way to get back over. They're not pivoting back in to Bastarda. And so it sort of hands SRG a beautiful round state to take it all.
And they couldn't take the TP back because of the knife.
Exactly.
And so the timing window's gone. Yeah. Wild how that plays out.
And it was those rounds, right, that were the ones slipping away from MIBR, where even there it's fully advantaged for them. They've gotten so much damage down on the up already. They can't lose track of things in the mid round.
Yeah. Problematic with that. Well, that's enough! Up close! Oh, yeah, it's been that kind of day for Shopify, hasn't it? Sarah trading the Hunter's Fury and connecting, getting the kill. 3v3 on the site, but Bastarda pushing forward. Sayuri getting a spike down.
Bastarda picking up right where she left off. Now the duel. Oh my god, the drone's right! There's utility in both of their hands!
Sliver of HP for the Yoru. Sarah now gun out. Dodo now gun out with Lisa on the other side. Nicely done. Sarah's left in a 1v3. Normally you would think that's unwinnable, but Bastarda weak, so Yoru weak as well. And Sarah's gotten a fair amount of space on the site. But Bastarda will be the problem, so Yuri gets the kill. And MIBR tie us at 3.
Oh boy. What was going on there? Crazy little moment back towards spawn, but after Mel got this no-scope, I think great counter util coming in. Force her out of the space, and Bastarda going on a warpath through the site. Those 2 kills just straight up won the round from MIBR.
Yeah, Bastarda was perfect for MIBR there.
Yeah, and it's of course fun to see Bastarda be able to play some duelist. Back with Liquid, she was the duelist. Most of the time on MIBR now playing the Senti role, but does flex over the Yoru on certain maps. Those are the ones she gets to have a little extra fun.
Certainly looks like she's having fun. Slow around here from MIBR.
And this could be concerning now with the op still in play. MIBR drone through mid to make sure no one's ready to snipe them out.
Like Sarah was a couple of rounds ago, yeah. It's really far back. That ult is really far back, and they don't have mid control. Might not matter, though. If Lisa's able to get a couple of kills. 3 on the round. Wow.
Oh, Noya's reposition is big.
How big? Is it going to be big enough? I don't think so. Noya falls. Dodo, a 1v5. Sure.
Yeah. was a real nice saturate
Very nice.
from SRN to stop Noya from being able to do anything from that spot.
Dodo's hearing a lot. Yeah. A little closer to the ult. We'll secure it into the next round now.
Spike planted.
And that will do it. Lisa gets 4. MIBR take the lead.
I think Lisa showed some really good awareness. Okay, good to see. Still got some fight in her yet. But watch this mid-fight if we get to see it again, because Lisa is ready for every single Shopify player to turn around a corner, swing out of a smoke. They're coming from different spots. Here we go from Lisa. Just threw that, ready for the next one. Now one more is going to come out from that smoke. Like, her awareness in that round wasn't even necessarily quick flex. It was just fully prepared for the next fight to come. Has a little highlight for herself now.
Yeah, Shopify gave her all the ones that she could possibly ask for, too. So I wonder if that's maybe some of the conversation as SRG called their first time out. And Effie's gets involved in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, I think what Shopify were basing on right there was they had the forward post from not from SR, from Dodonut in A main. Right, they see it's not MIBR going for one of their side hits, and they're also hearing a drone up through mid, so SRG tried to go for this refight idea, but like you're saying, the fight is a little bit scattered, and without anyone being able to find the first kill, they just sort of get torn apart by one player. Could maybe choose to either clean that up here if Effie wants to have that idea, or honestly, give some of that space over. I think MIBR are going to find trouble to actually get into the sites as long as Shopify still have the operator locking down mains. You know, you're not going to be able to wrap back on that operator.
Right.
Because there's always support for Dodonut.
You were just talking about the operator. Interesting here. It's actually an attack side op for Bastarda.
Yeah, picked up.
My question is, what do MIBR do with it? You presume that's going to slow their rounds down.
The nice thing is, though, with the double duelist comp, it doesn't slow it down too much.
Sure, that's a good point, actually.
Oh, yeah, because you can just get collapsed like that very easily.
Right. It was a cool idea for Shopify. They wanted to try to fight B main early. They didn't really have the guns, but MIBR handled it beautifully.
And on a more serious note, the fun you can have with the op means that early rounds you can post up, you can look for a pick, whatever. But then Yoru can kind of turn into a more supportive agent.
Yeah.
If you're not even trading the gun back over, use your flashes to set up SRN.
Right, an initiator, essentially, yeah.
Exactly.
So MIBR should get through this and get up to 5. Alexis will have the ult on the other side of that kill. That's 2 very snappy shots.
Petition to add 3 more bullets to the Sheriff so so Alexis can win that round.
Noya with the judge here. Tough spot. They have fully vacated the site. Is that danger?
Nah. It's just a little bit less fun. Noya in the 1v3s both times this game with a judge.
Now a rifle.
Okay, that could be fun.
Could be. Time is short, though. Lazard is going to get the first line, immediately put the op down.
Oh my god.
Noya's going to do it again. Has to get on the spike. Crouched. Keep your head down. Noya gets it to half. Waiting for the swing. Waiting for the challenge. Now doubles down. And Noya does it again. Unbelievable.
Oh my word! Noya is unreal! Another Red Bull clutch for her. Another round seized away from MIBR.
Player standing.
In a pure 1-on-3, a perfect first shot, a perfect reposition, and a perfect pull off of the spike to secure the round.
Nah. I stand and salute.
We all do.
Slow down.
Immediately into the next round we go. MIBR, no real time to think that one over. It's kind of got to go next. And so they make a little bit of noise out towards B. The knife is drawn out, not going to tag anyone, and rotate back A.
And with this comp, MIBR have options to play duos across the map. Pairs of... Oh dear. Oh dear.
Mel getting a free one.
Forward. Yeah, but again, it's just a little bit too obvious. Mel knows she can go for the reclear once everything quiets down on B.
You're going to have the elbow control. Just Sayuri now up front.
Oh, and Bastarda had the dimensional drift too.
Cover going out.
Contacting forward when that's an option, because they thought they could sell the fake, is devastating.
Try to get out onto the site, but
Spike down
Shopify
A.
are teeing off once more. I don't know if you're MIBR, given how that first map went, you start to look at the beginning of the second and things are looking competitive and comfortable, and then round 8 happens.
30 seconds left.
They've got to regain, and they might be able to do it here. A 4v2 is now a 2v2. Shopify
Spike
maybe
planted.
donating a couple of kills here.
A little bit loose.
Noya has the op.
Last
The
player
Odin there, SRN with 3. This would be a beautiful response in the face of heroics from Noya. And now it's Sarah who's thrust into a position. An amazing response here from MIBR, a response that we did not see in the first map.
Sure, I'll raise you a clutch with an SRN 4K to just take the lead once again from a virtually unlosable position.
It's a 4v2.
But it was pair fights from SRG, and not even so paired up at that. Trying to interrupt and attack the spike planter. I think Dodo gets a little out in front of it. And my word, MIBR, they're not intimidated by the map 1. They're not intimidated by clutch after clutch. SRN is still feeling it at this point.
Yeah, MIBR showing fight that we didn't see on Pearl. And so Shopify on a pistol. It's Lisa, who should be okay here. Gets a couple kills.
There's another player.
Bastarda was ready. Puts that rifle right back down. And rotate towards A. The question is here, if you're Shopify, do you path to try to upgrade weapons? Do you just try to get to A quickly? It seems like Alexis is going to try to do that.
Eventually, Noya's going to go for the gun, but Alexis will get in a position to make this a 1-on-2. For her
Here's
teammate.
everything. And yeah, Noya upgraded the weapon now. Has the pit, too. If you're Alexis,
Last player
oh
standing.
no. Gets picked off.
I think 7 or 8 times out of 10 there, it's at least a kill for Alexis.
Yeah.
But this sets us up for another cinematic moment. A 1-on-3 for Noya on an eco round.
I think the one difference here is Noya is arriving to the party just a little late. Doesn't really have the same amount of time as she has had in previous ones and still has so much to clear.
Ooh, and now seen by the knife.
It's going to have to be perfect in the face of a flash. Double dips, finds a little bit of room to work. Manages to get across. That's not what you want in your hands in a position like that. No real shot for Noya here in the 1v3.
My hard read on Noya there is that she's flaming MIBR for swinging her in the 1v3. That's my hard read. I hope we get to hear comms.
We'll see. And it's a great opener, but really the guns were just not there for Shopify. And so MIBR once again, check a box that eluded them on Pearl, has been problematic a couple of times here on Corrode as well, but somehow managing to hold serve in the face of some funny business. Still up 2.
All right, we'll never know what she said. It's impossible to tell. But Shopify ready for this A-main fight. Oh, the flash didn't hit. I think the bloom of the Omen smoke absorbed it on that last second of the animation.
I think you're right.
Oh, that is rough.
Reactionary pit from Noya on the other side of the map. A drone to rear-clear mid as well. That's a lot of info. Spotted 3.
Yeah, but all I'm thinking is it's another major round where Bastarda dies on a contact play with the dimensional drift in hand. And it forces MIBR to play a little slower, go on these little smaller missions, discover where Shopify are waiting in the shadows.
SRN ready to TP away.
MIBR faked to fight top mid, but Sarah was holding the line, so Shopify know exactly what's going on. They know it's an A-split.
The knife tagging one, attention the other way. Really nice flash. Is there a fight behind it? No. They're just buying time and delaying. 30 seconds left. You have nowhere else to go. You kind of have to go A here. Hunter's Fury used Mel repositioning, only able to get one. Alexis not able to dodge out the ult. And so for now, MIBR with enough control to get the spike down. Sarah
Spike
getting a
down
kill with the
A.
shock. Noya arriving, just barely getting safe passage across. Dodo gets 3.
Major round out of the new addition to Shopify squad this year. Bring it up to 5. And it comes after multiple different players failed at stopping the spike from being planted. And it comes with that early pick. Seeing a foot underneath that Omen smoke. Their teammates got cut down by the Hunter's Fury. She just waits for the smoke to fall and then absolutely mows them down. Nice movement at the end as well as to constantly keep MIBR on their toes.
So again, right into the next round we go.
MIBR started off by faking pressure, that same util pattern into A main, now quickly regroup onto B. The issue is, Alexis just holding onto this knife, not defaulting that one, so she can just thwart this hit with the click of one button.
Sarah also not using.
Ooh, they all dodged the knife. That's big.
And so they're going to be able to double down and go fast towards B. Hello, that's up close. Nicely done from Bastarda. A flash on the other side. Alexis trying to hold them back. Sarah arrives to help out.
And Mel just ulted into the back line. She has a quick flank and sees the spike almost.
So it's awkward. Lisa can't die here. Lisa dies, that's a spike, but stays alive. Still left in 1v2 though. Still has to get out onto the site.
Oh, has the ultimate off this orb. Time to get out and go to A.
Yep. Did they try to swing? They tried.
Please don't cancel
away.
this. Please don't cancel this. Okay.
So it's going to be a mad dash back towards A. Last round of the half.
Planted.
This is going to be a much faster flank timing than they'd expect, although, okay, SRG group up, coming through Link. I like Lisa's position. A chance to get a pick, teleport away.
12 and 6 so far has been the spark for MIBR. Just got the smoke back up. Spots one, swings into the second. The Red Bull clutch for Lisa.
That was nice. MIBR showing up to play in this second map. Lisa in particular. Started up hot at the beginning, closes out this first half in style as well. The 1-on-2, a very different story. We got more coming up after this.
Enemy remaining. Clutch.
You mentioned prior to the break, Ender, that it felt like an entirely different situation, and yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. 7.5 for MIBR at halftime. The Coinbase Econ report looked like a stomp last time, and this time it's actually Lisa who's getting featured, the hero.
Yeah,
at the end of the last round.
Lisa having multiple multi-frag rounds, absolutely carrying in these pivotal moments. MIBR couldn't buy someone to step up and clutch out a round in map 1, but Lisa has been there throughout this first half, and it's the reason why MIBR come in with a lead of 2 rounds.
Yeah, and again, we had another Noya moment in the first half, and MIBR, we kind of expected them to crumble because that's what we had seen, but it was off the backs of Lisa, it was off the backs of SRN that they were able to respond and stay in the fight. Wild performance to keep them in this.
God, we actually had 2 Noya ones as well because the pistol round.
Yeah, you're right.
On top of the 1v3. A little bit ridiculous, but this is where MIBR need to see things through, and I don't think their job gets super easy
No.
on the defense side. They do have the 2 get out of jail free buttons, so I think fighting over mains is going to be their bread and butter. But in terms of actually stalling out chokes, very weak compared to the typical comps you're going to be seeing. So I think dominating mains and finding good timings for refights and retaking space is absolutely critical.
You wonder if that's a plan here outside of A main.
High-low setup for now.
Oh boy. Yep, nicely done from Bastarda. Just not really ready for it was Dodo.
And it's nice to have the saturate as well to stop anyone from speeding up behind that first contact player. Because the pick comes so early into the round, Shopify haven't worked any space. Noya's playing a full contain idea outside of B main. Shopify have to be worried about a player creeping down into bot mid, so now that they see Melissa taking the pot shots from all the way up in window, he can work back in and try to split into these A players.
The stack hasn't moved. There's still a lot of gun here.
Nice shot.
Yep, that's tough, man.
Spike down A.
SRN is back.
Last player standing.
3 on the round for the duelist.
Flawless.
All right, this is the game we were expecting. SRN stepping into the server as well. Really leading the charge with Lisa coming out of the first half. And halting any momentum Shopify might have had.
Spike down A. One enemy
Again,
remaining.
it was even in this fight that came out of Link. It was a good first shot from Sarah, and then MIBR re-swing.
Yeah.
This wasn't a trap play, this wasn't
Yeah.
utility, this was them just going full baller, swinging into the line, and winning out every fight.
And it was SRN who was really the tip of the spear on that re-swing. For as much as we did not talk about them in the first map, we're talking about them plenty here.
Little jiggle from Lisa. Paranoia, one of the best tools MIBR have in stalling out, apart from Lisa's gun.
Right, that one's also pretty good at stalling out.
Did forget about that one. Good God.
The Molly, too, was perfect out from Sayuri. Not even letting him play in the smoke. So MIBR are getting through this this step pretty cleanly.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Flawlessly, some might say.
Ace stolen, others would say. So sad. So sad it had to go down that way.
So now Shopify are going to be back on guns, and this is where you would expect them to respond. See what kind of plans they have on the attack.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Matei 3 sem smoke, viado.
Shopify have certainly been loving to work back into in the mid rounds. Now was calling circles around MIBR. Back on Pearl. Now need to see what they can do with weapons in hand.
Mel taking an early fight off the flash from Alexis. Interesting. While Dodonut's the one to hold mid, they're going to try to speed up on the other side of this. And they
This is
draw out
bold.
a fair amount of utility, but it's an outlaw, excuse me, on the other side. And both miss.
Noya is just full steam ahead.
Yeah, what are you going to do there? You got no other bullets to fire.
Now, Melissa does have a timing to catch here inside of the smoke.
Danger. Melissa's ahead of this, but with no real help. Takes a
Spike
step back,
planted.
waits it out, tucks in the smoke that you were mentioning.
Hard now for MIBR. All 4 players grouped together.
That dart's going to cause problems. A double dash over the top, but Dodonut clean with it.
Beautiful tracking.
Paranoia's going to help, too. Force 3 position, flush out of the corner. And Noya's in a very nice spot. Mel's in a great spot, too. Able to contain out an elbow 3. Dodonut gets the last. Shopify gets to 6.
Yes, they do. Honestly, say what you will about the round, about the gun advantage, whatever. I just want to praise Dodonut's sort of presence of mind, the game sense there. Instead of, so many players will track the waylay as she double dashes through the sky. She full waits.
Yeah.
She doesn't raise her crosshair ever. It's always at head level. She
Because-
knows where that waylay is going to drop to get the kill.
And because if there is someone who tries to swing under, out of the smoke, you have to deal with both. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And so Shopify get up to 6, as we mentioned. Now it's going to be gun on gun. Now it's going to be good on good.
But MIBR not fighting aggro over mains.
No.
Except Lisa inside of the smoke. From Sayuri's position, she could help with some high flashes if Lisa wants to challenge the line. Hold.
Sometimes SRN gives, sometimes SRN takes away, and now it's a tough one there.
So at the same time, MIBR stepping up into B main, ready for Mel. Oh, but she gets away at exactly the right moment. And while MIBR stack 3 players over onto the B side, that's when Shopify get ready to move into A.
Might find the timing. Basarda is here. Has a TP, so you can play a little aggro. Smoke will also keep them back. Very nice timing on that utility from Lisa.
MIBR have a chance to find a very quick flank.
Gonna have to be quick with it. Mel's gonna be the one to hold the line. The wall's up for now. Utility out. Knife out, excuse me. Perfectly done, but MIBR find a little bit of advantage elsewhere. Now, as Shopify have the 3 still on the site, and MIBR are knocking on the door, but Dodonut slams it shut. Basarda falls first. Advantage, Shopify. Advantage, gone. 2v2 now on the site. Sarah has to try to turn the flash. Buy a little bit of time, and the molly keeps them back. The shot gonna hurt a little bit, but it might not be enough. They have to swing on the other side of this. It falls to 1v1, and Alexis cleans it up for Shopify.
Lexi doesn't let go of the left click there. A moment of hesitation, she loses the round.
Yeah.
And that's, again, a round that gets down to the wire, but a great hold from Sarah and Mel initially on these walk-ups. Puts SRG up so heavy in numbers that it helps them even when MIBR start hitting some nasty shots.
Danger there. MIBR still hanging on to a 2-round lead, but now they're the ones with the busted economy. And it's Dodo with an outlaw on the other side. Good shred.
Yep.
Does shred. Yep.
Now, Shopify's knife just hit A-Link and didn't spot any players, so they're going to be really anticipating people to be up in A and B main. Makes you think they're going to spend more util than normal to re-clear back into A. But the benefit of the Viper wall they're throwing is they can throw it up, step 5 players behind it, and break that early line.
Yeah, yeah.
If anyone just hard holding it.
That was a really nice flash. I'm not sure if Noe was playing anti or if she got that kill fully flashed up, but it's tough when it's full rifles on the other side and you've got a sheriff.
Yeah. Shopify are just going to be ready for all of those fights forward because it's how MIBR have to play.
Right. It becomes almost telegraphed. SRN with the sliver of health on the other side of that smoke. Don't really have time to rotate to the other side of the map.
Yeah, gonna wait for the smoke to drop.
Yeah, reset. Nicely done. Very good discipline from the attacking side. Remove even the possibility of funny business.
Left. 1 enemy.
Yuri has to swing. Dodonut gets 3. Ult online. As the gap is now 1.
Shopify really locked in since they got weaponry in this half.
30 seconds
I think,
left.
again, you call it there the control in the mid-rounding from Mel. Not rotating around the map, not getting creative with the macro, just no, wait for the util to drop. We're going to high-low, we're going to protect the planter. No problems whatsoever. Sometimes the game can be simple.
Yeah.
Mel shows it there.
You're going to play back behind that Viper wall that you mentioned. They want to go really fast. Lisa's got to be careful. Can you really punish on the other side of this? Yes, they can.
But SRN has crept forward. No one's ready for that.
No. TP expires, so SRN digs their heels in. Has to try to stay alive. Still hasn't been cleared. Meanwhile, Melissa dancing around as well. They're right behind each other, and I don't think they realize it. Sarah's still playing back in main. SRN gets a kill now. Now it's on Sarah, who has to try to clear that up. Meanwhile, it's Noya who actually punishes. The op in the hands of Sayuri, up close and personal. Now you've got a pit you have to navigate around. Sarah connects. Basarda left in the 1v2. No shot. It's Noya again. Shopify tie us at 9.
It's even once more. This second map absolutely delivering. And it starts off with a great little dive play. Watch Dodonut, doesn't even consider pulling the gun out. Just double dashes in, drops the saturate, leaves.
Yeah.
So the rest of the team runs behind it. With the ping, knows Lisa can't go anywhere, which lets Noya get the kill. Noya gets to be the entry. Dodo is actually playing an initiator, just setting up for her team.
Yeah, even the shock from Sarah out to make sure. But it's just, yeah, perfectly done. And so MIBR call timeout on the back of 4 rounds in a row from Shopify.
Yeah, so many of these forward positions that you're normally comfortable from playing, the waylay can completely invalidate.
Right.
When you've got a duelist that's playing in that way, where it's not capitalizing off of teammates' utility, it is setting up the people behind you. Well, good luck, Lisa. I don't think you can play forward there. Oh, you thought you could teleport away? Well, sorry, Alexis hit you with the knife, so actually you can't leave.
Right.
It's not exactly a fun spot to be in. But SRN with the full OSPOS. I respect it. It's one way to get things going back in your favor.
Yeah, it might need to channel more of that Aspas if MIBR want a shot at this.
I know those chairs can go further back. I know
Lean
they
back
can.
harder. That's the issue. So as I was mentioning, 4 rounds in a row for Shopify, tied back up. Pretty clean second half, really, other than the pistol. So what are the adjustments for MIBR outside of the timeout? 3 towards A, not playing an aggressive line, so maybe perhaps just a little bit of respect shown to the fact that you know how Donut's going to want to play the agent, as you mentioned.
Lisa's got a Bucky right on the other side of the cover.
This is a little different, too. I mean, MIBR investing 2 here. Mel's played this position a couple of times, but there's danger here. Mel's ready for it. That Bucky's not going to connect, not from that distance. Don't really have the guns. Yeah, Sayuri's going to get one, but traded back instantly.
Still, though, the fact that Mel's the one to drop without smokes to throw in here makes SRG consider their options for just a moment before speeding ahead. They do eventually get on into the site, can now plant the spike comfortably.
Yeah, pretty easy orb lineup out from main to smoke out heaven.
Because there's no smokes for MIBR, too, they can fall back and play mostly in main, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And then that invalidates it, means that they're not punished for not having smokes of their own.
Right. And you've got Noya with the Outlaw. A little late on the trigger there. So they've managed to get out onto the site. More work to be done, though. Bastarda gets clotheslined at the hands of Alexis, who has 3 on the round. Melissa, that 16 HP is not going to keep you around for long. Shopify continue to look stalwart, continue to look strong, and they take the lead back.
Yeah, you still got Dota running around with a knife out, with the shorty out, having a ball up here. Yeah, that missed first shot sort of eats up any chance there, yeah.
And getting slight flashbacks of Pearl, to be honest.
It was you.
Nice, guys, let's go.
With how dominant this half has been.
I'm sorry. Oh.
Just apologize because your teammate didn't get a knife kill. Brother, this has Pearl written all over it.
That's bad news when it's a difference of 1 round and we're talking about you should have let me get the knife.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Crazy work. Now, MIBR have 4 ults here.
They might not have Elisa. Actually, beautifully played. Takes a step back, absorbs the aggression.
But look at Bastarda. Even though SRG were trying to set up the fake on B, there's an up that's now spotted. So the drone comes in. And Noyes here for the kill. Oh my god, Surge just ripped her in half.
Full swing with the judge in hand.
Cutting through.
It's awkward now. They've got a couple of options. With a minute left in the round, they can try to rotate back. You've got Lisa, who will be playing contained. If Alexis can get this pick, then they can flip back B, but Lisa holds the line.
Can drop down the smoke as well. Consider her options.
We're tied again.
Certainly seems like it. SRG need to deal with Lisa on site and then get themselves, whoever isn't planting the spike needs to go on a mission.
Yeah.
Just go find some kind of a pick somewhere.
Somehow win out a 2v4 if they can deal with Lisa on the site. But again, Lisa plays the aggression beautifully, takes a step back, doesn't overcommit.
Well,
and doesn't overswing. Okay. Right? 2v4, there's the mission you were looking for. Sarah, 70 HP. It's Mel, the TP on high! Gets a couple! Sarah's left alone, and it's all good. Not even close. Melissa gets 2. MIBR ties up at 10. Right.
You can tell me it's not close all you want. My heart's beating at 180 right now.
Yeah, I'm lying.
It's a pistol. It's a classic 2K to finish the round for MIBR. From a 2v5.
The Mel crunch from heaven. If it wasn't for that flash.
Yep.
Yep.
That TP idea was so good.
Right, and so we're tied again. MIBR win a round and have a busted bye.
MIBR win that, but they still have 3 ultimates. They only used 1 in the last round.
They're even still trying to figure out how they want to invest. It seems like they're settled now down.
Yeah, this is good enough for them. No issues. As long as this op can find value, posting up in A main to start things out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's a double dash from SRN with an op behind them.
Bye-bye.
Only now to leave. Was hoping SRG would come back into the space and be baited by the op, but Mel has just gone all the way up through mid.
We haven't seen this at all.
But there are pings from MIBR. They are aware it's a possibility.
Meanwhile, they're starting to contact up SRN and Sayuri. Yeah, beautifully done. That's a spike hitting the ground, but Mel can apply pressure from the top side of the map.
Needs one more.
74 HP. Mel delivers.
That's
2v2
enough.
now.
That is enough.
Where's that TP headed? Back towards main. Lisa repositions. Mel has to get this pick, and Mel does.
It's a masterclass from Mel.
But Lisa still has a chance to deliver here. Lisa still has a chance to win this 1v2. Has a flash, double TP. But you're right, Mel has been so good. Orb and spam, you presume. Noya still has a spit. Lisa has to try to get this pick. Swings out, and Noya was ready for it. Shopify take the lead back.
You ask for anything, and Mel will deliver.
Yeah.
That round, whether it is that gutsy double teleport up through mid to find the quick timing into spawn, to get the pick on the enemy Yoru, right there, to then come back in and catch SRN after Mel had given up her position, to then go back into spawn, win that fight.
Nice, let's go. Good shit, guys.
Be crisp on the shots. That round is a thing of beauty.
Big round out from Mel, and that's going to call the second time out from MIBR. Shopify will still have one to play with.
But Doug, you were talking about, MIBR figuring out how to buy in the last round. Had one Bulldog. Oh, woe is them. They got nothing in this next.
Yeah, much, much worse here.
And while we were saying, hey, they had multiple ultimates they could play with in the last round, so things were looking good. Yeah, they've got both their duelists with the ults, but no money behind it. And with so much pressure riding on the next 2 rounds. After MIBR were the ones leading at the half, they had cast off the disaster that was map number 1.
Yep.
That doesn't matter if they can't lock in here and now.
Right.
And it comes after they've won a singular rifle round on this defense side.
It is insane to think that if not for the SRN, what was it, 3K, 4K on the pistol?
Yeah.
This map might be done. This has been such a strong half. Second half, excuse me, from Shopify. And now this non-existent buy likely means that Shopify are going to be on series point.
Cover going out.
Early smoke, early knife. Space B. Yeah, Lisa, I mean, you've been good. That drone forced to take a step back, that paranoia, but reinforcements are already here. They're still fast on the rotate. Donut's out onto the site, but it's not safe. They've made it safe, though. No threat here. SRN with the Sheriff in the 1v5. No shot. A flawless round to Shopify gets to series point.
MIBR have 4 players on this stage that have tasted defeat at the hands of Shopify Rebellion on the biggest stage in Game Changers.
Beautiful round.
In the final. 3 of them lost just last year in a clean sweep fashion. Now at risk of dropping 2-0 in their first shot at revenge since.
5 maps in a row.
After they had nearly gotten themselves to bounce back in the second map. Everything rests here.
Shopify, everyone towards A. Sarah has ult. Donut dashes out onto the site. And they've guessed the right site. It was a gamble stack from MIBR, and it does not pay off. They have the ult for the retake, though.
So 5-on-5 retake. Bastardo with the dimensional drift.
And SRN with ult as well. Bastardo goes exploring. Whoa, and Alexis had her back! Perhaps overcooked it.
And Mel has a flank. Mel has a timing to catch here.
They're not ready for it. They have no idea. It's not going to matter. They're winning every single fight, every step of the way. Shopify close out MIBR 2-0.
Alexis goes over to embrace Dodo Nut. Player that had been on the big stage before, but had not found success. Now with the Shopify team, casts off those doubt, casts off the ugly shadow of former years to get a clean 2-0.
Meanwhile, the other side of the stage still has Nightmares on repeat. Because yes, this wasn't for the final, but I mean, how do you look past the fact that you've lost 5 maps in a row to this team?
It was a rough way to start, especially after stepping onto the stage a couple days ago, feeling real strong.
Yeah.
Up against it, just get smacked down 13-1, but it still shows the grit and determination of this team, the fact that they had such a bounce-back first half, they had such a bounce-back game. A 13-10 is close, but you need more than close if you want to take down the Queens.
Right. A statement made. Shopify Rebellion walk away 2-0 over MIBR.